All right, let's do it live on a First Friday Miracle edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. Merely Bo, the great Z. How you living, buddy?
Hello. I'm good, dude. I'm good.
That was so. Right before we started, we were about ready to go on, and the open played a little longer because we were readjusting some cameras, adjusting some cameras, and Gibbe had told the G-man, young Gabriel, that the camera was swaying. Yeah. So they were trying to get it to stabilize, and the G-man took a technique that reminded me very much of the technique I had in the I guess you'd call it a board game that we had as children called Operation. Are you familiar with the Operation?
Totally. Can't hit the sides.
Can't hit those sides. That little, that'll get you.
His nose wasn't his nose red. His nose would go red if you messed up.
Yeah, nose. I wonder if they still make that. They have to, right?
Probably.
They do.
Do they? Good.
They do.
Good.
Absolutely.
It's a great fine motor skill game.
It's also a game you played for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, then you're like,
if memory serves. Like, I don't even remember the game. I remember we'd put the organs in, the slots.
Some bones.
I didn't roll the dice. You just wanted to try to see.
Well, what was the point? Like, I don't
get it out clean.
But like what was the adversary's goal?
Like, you had to do it in a certain time.
You just had to save this dude.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You sure? You're saying that very confidently, as if you know for sure that's how you played Monopoly, or that's how you played.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
we're
just
supposed
know
to
that
question anything that someone says with authority.
I thought you had a time limit.
I don't know if you're right or wrong.
Operation Be the Doctor. Blah 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 blah. You had a time limit, and you had to get all this stuff out. I think, and save his life. Otherwise, you blew it, boy.
All right. Here's your setup. You place the ailments. You insert the 13 plastic
13
pieces.
ailments.
There you go. Prepare the cards. You shuffle the doctor cards and deal them out equally or place them in a draw pile. So there are two different ways there.
Okay.
Appoint a banker. I had no recollection of money being involved.
I do remember it going around. Like, it wasn't one person, but you have time. You have a time limit per
I knew
removal.
there was a timer.
Yeah.
I don't remember the
youngest player starts first.
So they get the easiest.
Bootsy.
Yep. Draw a card on your turn. Turn over the top card to see which ailment you must remove.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember that.
Easy. Okay.
Perform the operation.
Yep.
Carefully lift the piece out without touching the metal edges. If you don't buzz, you keep the piece and earn the money listed on the card. Unsuccessful if you hit the sides, the buzzer sounds, and or slash your turn ends, you must return the piece to the cavity. Specialist rules. If you fail, the player with the corresponding specialist card can try the same operation for double the fee. There was money to this.
So we're harvesting organs for sale.
Harvesting organs
for money.
That's what they were teaching us. I have no recollection of the money in operation.
No.
None.
Does it say anything about a time? There's no time? I thought there was a time limit.
Mm-mm.
I thought that's what got you like ratcheted up.
No, and the next player takes their turn regardless of whether you were successful or not. So it's not like if you performed one successful operation, you could do another one.
Well, you don't need to. You just sold the guy's spleen for $500.
That wishbone's worth a lot.
Yeah, wishbone's a big one.
That's really, you had to get the tip.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That's the tricky one, just the tip on that one.
Yeah.
How you doing? Did you watch any hoops last night?
No.
Yeah. 2 games. Both went down to the wire.
Can't start the second game as late as you did. It's 11:10, and we're at the 15-minute timeout, or the 16-minute timeout.
So I take this
come on, people.
No paradise.
No, the kids were into the game, so they both were close. It's going to be fine. There's going to be time next week. So the Howard, Maryland Baltimore College game went down to the final shot.
So who won that one?
Howard did, and then Texas beat NC State pretty much at the buzzer. I mean, they hit a shot to win it. So both of the games either had a chance to tie or were won on the final play. Did you see the Sean Miller, almost the former Arizona?
Where's
coach,
he coaching? Guy really sweats. He sweats.
He's at Texas.
He's a sweater.
And you almost witnessed a murder on the court because of Sean Miller and the assistant coach. So Texas hits a shot, ball goes in, assistant coach runs out to the near elbow celebrating.
That sounds like technical foul, 2 free throws.
Would have been a 100% technical foul, 2 free throws. But apparently NC State called a timeout as soon as the ball went in, and so they didn't. But I kind of wonder if that happened. Obviously, you can't do that. He was way out, and Miller lost it.
On him.
Yes. Could have physically done him harm, I do believe.
Had it cost them.
Had it cost them? Yeah. By the way, do you know what their reward is? Texas's reward?
Yeah, they get to play BYU.
Oh, they get to play BYU, but do you know where they're playing BYU?
That's not on this bracket.
They are playing BYU in Portland, Oregon tomorrow. So they're in Dayton last night. Why don't you just, wouldn't the common sense thing, take those two teams and play them, move them both out to Portland and play that game in Portland?
Yeah.
Why would you? 6-hour flight?
The conference tournament's over from wherever you were playing the conference tournament, which is the SEC tournament. Right. Go back to Texas, pack your bag for the week because we could be there for 9 days.
Yep. That's right.
Or 7 days. I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Yeah. So they were in. So they're in Texas, or they're in. They're probably got in for 4:00 in the morning, or more than that, more like 6 in the morning, into Portland, and then they'll play tomorrow. And I think they play an early game tomorrow too, if memory serves. They are 7:25, so they get a little bit.
I was going to say, I think everything is.
Yeah, it's all because
it's Howard gets
West
Michigan.
Coast. Yeah, it's all West Coast too. So, all right, there you go. Couple of news and notes from our side of things. The Browns have agreed to terms for Lions and Jaguars safety and special teamer Daniel Thomas. So he comes into the mix as a depth player and then a special teams player as well, joining the roster there.
Well, it's good. Last year, one of the, not criticisms, but one of the questions about our roster is that we didn't have those core special teams guys that were in the league just because of their special teams prowess. And so Daniel Thomas seems to fit that bill.
Yes, he does. So that's a good one. Our former, I think of him mostly as the guy who reviewed Game of Thrones with us, the final season of Game of Thrones, J.C. Treader. He's been named the executive director of the NFL's Players Association. So there you go there. Speaking of former Browns, tight end David Njoku met with the Ravens yesterday. That would be weird. I hope that's not.
It would be weird. Joe Hayden went to the Steelers. I mean, unfortunately, when you can't get mad at guys for finding gainful employment when you're not employing them here.
No, you can't. No. I don't. It just
would be a bummer. I think it'd be a nice piece for them.
That's a real bummer, man.
It would be a very big bummer. It's like Wyatt going to Houston. Not the same, but we have a little bit of beef with Houston. It feels like.
Yeah.
Just brewing.
Yeah, and two in the division's tough. But
in the division's very tough.
Got to go do what you got to do. Speaking of in the division, so we had, was this last week or the week before when you and I outlined
a week ago today.
Week ago today?
Yeah, a week ago today.
Oh, that's right. When we had the trial of Siciliano,
yep.
And he served as Lieutenant Daniel Caffey for the defense of the Baltimore Ravens. You and I laid out what I believe was a pretty well reasoned. And we would. I guess we were never going to know if it was an accurate portrayal of what happened in Baltimore, but it certainly would be if common sense were to be something that ruled your life. You could get to a pretty common sense conclusion as to what happened in Baltimore with the Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson fiasco of last week. Well, Max Crosby had some things to say about this. Now, I'm not going to lead the witness. I'm not going to do it.
I'm going
to let Max Crosby speak for himself. I would say before we play this that if you are familiar with the film A Few Good Men, and you're going to get this reference, this would be like if Lieutenant Markinson did not end his own life.
Yes.
Is what this would be like.
Yes.
If Markinson would have taken the stand, I imagine it would have sounded a lot like this. From Max Crosby, courtesy of his own podcast, the Rush Podcast, here is Max Crosby on what happened in Baltimore.
Have my MRIs, like,
you're down.
Like I was asking Joe, like, yo, like, can I, like, before I left, I wanted to see the head coach and just chop it up, talk football, talk ball. Like, he's a defensive guy, never met him before like that, so I wanted to chop it up. So I didn't get to meet with him till the end of the day. I didn't get to see the GM at all. I thought I was going to see him when I first got there. I didn't see him for 5 hours.
So he didn't come out the whole time you're testing or doing your physical. Everyone's talking about
Never.
The GM. Never came once out to see you.
And I don't know why. I'm not going to speculate. I didn't see him one time. I even asked the girl. I was like, where's Eric at? Like, I want to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just made the trade. Like, I didn't see him for 5 hours. So I go and do my thing. At the end, they're like, yeah, I'll take you up. Joe was like, I'll take you up and you go see the head coach, whatever, just before you leave. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, that's what I want to say what's up to him. So I went back up and I dap him up. And they could just tell, like, the energy was a little bit off. And the GM was standing, like, the hall, like, in the room next to me to the right. And that was the first time I seen him. And, you know, I'm just in my head, like, this is a whirlwind. Like, I'm so excited, like, fired up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a new opportunity, whatever. And you could just tell the energy was off. Like, I dapped him up. He had, like, a blank face. And I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking anything of it. Maybe he's just different. I don't know. I don't know him, whatever. Yeah. I go into the room. They sit me down on the couch. And he's like, man, I don't know how to say this, but, you know, one of our doctors has concerns with, you know, with the results and whatever. And, like, with your knee, like, some of them have, you know, are concerned about the future and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, we really want you and this is what it is, but, you know, we're just going to have to get more and more opinions. And I was like, the first thought in my head, like, I was terrified because I'm thinking in my head, like, what the like, I just had, like, Neil Elitrosh, best surgeon in the country, like, the best of the best. He's done all my surgeries for the most part, like, that's my guy. Like, I go to his house. Like, that's my dude. Like, he's the best. So I haven't even got to talk to him, or I hadn't got to talk to CJ at that point. So it just kind of hit me. I'm like, what the is there something wrong? Like, I'm freaking out, like, low key, deep down. I'm like, I can't get another surgery. I can't, like, my time. I'm like, this is so I'm like, what is going on, bro? And CJ had been calling me right before I went up. And I'm like, what the I'm like, CJ, let me hit you when I get out of here. And I was looking for Rachel. I don't know where Rachel's at. She was upstairs with the girls and stuff, like, doing her own thing. They were.
He has no clue at this moment, like, what's going on.
Yeah, Rachel didn't know, but CJ, like, sent a text in the group chat, and I'm like, damn. So anyway, fast forward. I don't want to take all day, but they tell me, like, yeah, we're gonna get back to you. Like, we're gonna get some more opinions and things. Like, we obviously want you. This, and that. And I'm like, all right. Like, okay, so we'll see. So I don't know. So then I leave. I'm like, this is what the. Yeah. I get back to the hotel, bro. I'm like, what the is going on? Like, what does this mean? Like, I'm calling whatever. Then I talk to Neil. Neil calls me, and he called me way down. He's like, Max, don't listen to any of that shit. He's like, your knee is great. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, or even ahead of schedule. He's like, you're doing everything right. He's like, they know you had your surgery 9 weeks ago. It's obviously, if you get an MRI, like, he's like showing me literally like the actual literature of, like, this is where it needs supposed to be at from a meniscus repair. Like, there can be MRIs that could be misleading because it's still fresh in surgery and this and this and that. He's like, listen, you're doing everything right. Everything's going well. We're going to keep sticking to the plan. He's like, you will be back by training camp. That has been the damn timeline since the beginning. That hasn't changed. You know, your stuff, you know, obviously everyone's mentioned a bunch of different things. All these doctors are mentioned different.
And that's what was communicated out of your camp too, correctly? Like, during this 100%. Whole time.
100%.
Mr. Zagura, when we sign a high-profile, well, let's start this. Mr. Zagura, how long have you been employed by the Cleveland Browns?
Since 2013.
In that time, have the Cleveland Browns signed any high-profile free agents or acquired any high-profile free agents via free agency or trade?
Yes, many.
Upon the acquisition of said player, and upon their arrival at the facility for the first time, Mr. Zagura, in your expert opinion, as a longtime employee of the Cleveland Browns, who typically greets those type of players?
In my experience, and let's just to give context to this, so this would be the most expensive from an asset standpoint acquisition in the history of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
They've never traded a first-round pick. They're trading two.
Yep, that's right.
For Max Crosby. I believe that he would be flown private.
Yep.
I believe that there would be a SUV or limo waiting for him upon his touching down. He would get into that limo and be taken either to his hotel or straight to the facility. In this case, it sounds like he flew commercial there. Sounds like he flew himself home.
Seems like it, yeah.
Because he flew private home.
Yeah.
And then they flew him to Dulles, and he was in a car for 2 hours to get to Baltimore. That's what he said. They flew him to D.C., and then he was in a car for 2 hours.
Which is crazy.
But when he would arrive at the facility, it would have been, in my guess, in our current setup, my guess is that J.W., Monken, Andrew Berry, and maybe Rudy would have all been down there to greet him and embrace him and all of those things. Now, and that would be the case even before the physical, is my guess. They would be there because they're excited about it when he walked in the door. Yes, immediately.
Yes.
So you would have been like, okay, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. Let's go get your physical, and then we'll, consider it. But yes, they would have, I think, absolutely greeted him at the door. The fact that they didn't, they understood
5 hours.
5 hours. They understood.
His wife's walking around the facility.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. I think they knew from before he walked in that building that he was not going to be a Baltimore Raven. There's no other way that and this is what we thought all along. And he even said the vibes were off. Everything was weird about it. The GM would have, and head coach, and I would guess some representative of ownership or ownership directly themselves would have been there to greet said person.
I don't know if there's a team in the league that a player of this reputation and talent is acquired, that all three of those things aren't there unless ownership is at owners' meetings or on vacation. But oftentimes, and maybe there are probably some absentee owners who don't work in the facility, aren't there 5-6 times a year, whatever. But the general manager and the coach are there.
Yes.
They are there as the door opens.
And this is Jesse Minter's first time being a head coach. This is the biggest acquisition, the guy that he wanted to bring to his defense. He's a defensive head coach. Of course he would have been there. He would have been hugging him. We can't wait to get you going. They would have had a whole big thing set up for him because they knew the state of his knee. They knew what it was going to look like. They'd been in touch with his surgeon. They had the imaging, reportedly. So they knew everything. So they would be like, we know you're not ready to play today, but you're going to be ready. We knew this, and we gave up the 2-1s. They would have been all pumped to see him no matter what. Instead,
he brought his family.
They were not, and they ignored him.
And then they ignored him for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Stalling.
Like, hey, what's
Until
going
they got
on?
the Hendrickson thing done is my hunch.
Yeah.
Or they got that to the finish line.
Because it was announced by 7 a.m. the
next morning. Yeah.
And there was a mystery team that came in on the Hendrickson thing that day.
Yeah.
Which was that day.
Which was them.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that this is, and you could tell from the way that he does it, the way that he's saying it, the way that the Raiders handled that it would be very difficult to prove anything other than this was a premeditated. They knew by the time he had landed in that part of the country, they knew he was not going to be a Raven.
Yeah.
And they had to go through with it for the show of it and whatnot.
And
they didn't even handle the show of it right.
No, the show of it they handled terribly, and the delay also speaks to they were probably trying to work on things while this was going on. It doesn't take 5 hours to do whatever you're doing. To have like an all-pro defensive end just walking around your building, not meeting anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, can you just imagine if that had happened here and we acquired Max Crosby and we saw his wife walking around the facility. Who is that? Oh, it's Max Crosby's wife. He's just walking around. Where's Max? I don't know. He's in the cafe. Who's he sitting with? Himself?
Nobody. Yeah. It's really
doesn't track.
It's really wild.
This is at the point of A Few Good Men where he says, we moved to an article, whatever, the witness has rights. And then the MPs go get the colonel or the general. Go get Nicholson off the stand.
I mean, it's wild.
That's all. That's it. It's everything all of us thought. I don't know what other conclusion you could draw.
No, and I think that it is, and now he's happy to be a Raven and all of that. And there have been other players who have come out in defense of it and said that, this was obviously not cool, not what happened. Some people, want to say it's, much ado about nothing or believe that. I just think it's pretty obvious what happened, and his timeline, the way that he has laid this out in plain English, and that's one of the things that is cool about this era, right? It makes it pretty clear what happened here.
Yep.
I mean, I think he is pretty straight up about it. I don't really see what else there is to say.
I would agree. So in my opinion, we weren't wrong on that.
No, I believe we had that.
Yeah,
very
correct.
Much. Yes.
All right. I see here on the rundown that Rory McIlroy has his menu up.
I have emailed it to you guys because for whatever reason the printer won't let me print. The G-Man also has it on the screen.
Beautiful. He's crushed it.
All right. Here we go. This is for
Rory's
the
dinner.
Champions Dinner. Okay. So it's actually very difficult to read. It's a little. All right. Did you say you emailed?
I did.
All right. Well, do you have it in front of you?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. You tell us. We'll grade it blindly. I'm going to grade it blindly. Go ahead.
Stand by.
Oh, it's an A. It's an A plus.
Everything you want.
I'm very pleased.
Hold
with
on. Coming. It's the internet. Of course, blessing leaves and the internet goes bad again. His
here we go.
appetizers. He
Yep.
has 4 of them.
Okay.
Can I interest you in a peach and ricotta flatbread with
That's a nod to
balsamic
Georgia.
honey and basil?
You wanted to go with a little peach as a nod to Georgia?
I had. Never mind. I'll save that. Go ahead.
Some bacon-wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds.
Sounds delightful.
That sounds great.
A rock shrimp tempura in a creamy
That's always a
spicy
win.
sauce.
The crema, I'm not going to be. I got to see what the kind of the consistency is of that. But
course
the
you
rock shrimp tempura, I am.
And
That's a
the
win.
final appetizer in Rory McIlroy's Masters Club dinner, grilled elk sliders. Caramelized onion jam, roasted garlic, aioli.
Fantastic.
That's a pretty dang good appetizer. He did a great job of mixing in fish and not handhelds.
Yep, fantastic.
It's everything you want.
Your first course of the evening once you get through the appetizers. A nice yellowfin tuna carpaccio, a little foie gras, toasted baguette with chives.
Yeah, and that's a great thing because there is a little bit of heaviness in the bacon wrapped dates, the grilled elk sliders, the peach and ricotta flatbread, and the rock shrimp tempura is still tempura. It's still fried. So now you're going to go clean, crisp, the raw tuna.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a great choice. Okay, next.
Your main course, you have one of 2 options. A Wagyu filet mignon
Okay.
or a seared salmon.
Okay.
Traditional Irish champ.
So that is, I was curious what this is. It is a traditional Irish champ, is a comforting dish of creamy mashed potatoes blended with finely chopped scallions, butter, and milk.
Please.
So it's mashed potatoes with scallions.
Okay.
That's what that is. So that'll be a
Undefeated.
delight. Yeah.
Sautéed Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Glazed carrots with brown butter and a crispy Vidalia onion rings.
Another nod to Georgia there with the Vidalia. Yep.
So that's your main course. Your dessert is a sticky toffee pudding, vanilla ice cream in a warm toffee sauce.
I think he did a hell of a job.
And everybody's fawning over the wine.
Yeah, because a 1990 Lafitte is well. It could be 2000, 1990. That's probably a $1,500, $2,000.
There's an 89
wine.
bottle, there's a 90 bottle, a 22, and a 15.
Yeah, but the Sauterne is liquid gold. That's very expensive too. That's an after dinner drink. That'll be the one with the dessert. The Lafitte Rothschild is the 1990. That's an insanely incredible wine. Like nuts. All of the wines are good. The champagne, the Burgundy.
I
all
guess
of it.
this was the biggest part of this because Rory had a Zoom with certain select members of the golf media
Yep.
about the menu this
Oh
afternoon.
yeah, I got the quotes.
And he said the biggest, most exciting part was having access to the wine cellar at Augusta.
Oh, I didn't
So-
realize
Picking up-
that. So
there's
you
a
can go
special-
down there and
That you're picking the wine.
do you think that there is any limits to what you can pull out of that sucker? There's got to be.
So he says, here we go. I got some things for you. All right. So Rory explains the decisions for each course here. Ready?
Yep.
Peach and ricotta flatbread. Quote, I want to try and bring a little bit of the local ingredients in, so I'm doing a Georgia peach and ricotta flatbread with hot honey, so hopefully that will go down well with the drinks. Rock shrimp tempura. I think everyone likes rock shrimp tempura, so sort of a crowd pleaser with that one. Bacon wrapped dates. My mom does these really, really nice date stuff with goat cheese wrapped in bacon. Thanks to Rosie for that one. Grilled elk sliders. In the build-up to the Masters last year, I was eating a lot of elk. I didn't want elk to be the main course because I didn't know if everyone would like that, so I'm doing grilled elk sliders, which I think is fun.
I was eating a lot of elk.
Yeah.
It's not bison,
Lean.
so it's extra.
Lean.
Really, yeah, very, very lean, yeah.
Good protein.
Yep.
Yellowfin tuna carpaccio. My wife Eric and I, our favorite restaurant, one of our favorite right now, is in New York called Le Bernardin. Eric Repair is the chef there. This is a dish from that restaurant, a yellowfin tuna carpaccio, really thin slice of a French baguette with a really slight foie gras on top of that. So that's a fun one that the club worked with me on as well. They went up to the restaurant, worked with the chefs, and made sure they wanted to get it right for that night, so that's really cool.
So he picked like the most famous French restaurant in New York City and one of the most famous ones that is in Paris and most famous chefs in the world, and said, we're going to copy that from
chefs
you.
in Augusta. I need you to...
For the Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, an honor to be able to host it, but at the same time I want everyone to enjoy it. I went for 2 different options for the main, a Wagyu filet for the people that want red meat or a filet of seared salmon, depending on what you want. Sides, when I was a kid, we used to eat Irish champ by the bowlful, some sautéed Brussels, glazed carrots, brown butter, and then try to bring that local flavor back in with the crispy Vidalia onion rings. Vidalia is not too far away from Augusta, about a 2.5 hour drive. Sticky toffee pudding, think very much a crowd pleaser. Sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream on a warm toffee sauce. And then wines. He said, my favorite part of the menu is you obviously get to access the wonderful wine cellar at Augusta National, starting off with a 2015 Salon Brut Champagne, followed by a 2022 Domaine La Flave Batard Montrachet, first ever white wine that I actually liked. I'm surprised no Sancerre there, but nonetheless. And then for the red wine, we are receiving a 1990 Chateau Lafite Rothschild from Pauillac in Bordeaux. This is the wine I drank the night I won the Masters, so obviously it brings back some great memories. Shane Lowry had a little bit to do with getting that wine, so I want to shout him out for that too. To finish off, we're having a 1989 Sauterne from Bordeaux as well. 89, my birth year. And I think every great meal deserves to be finished off with Chateau de Chem. It's like liquid gold. He said, I want to be really intentional with the wines. It's something that I'm really into and passionate about, and started to collect wine probably over the past decade. I think
well thought out. That's an
meal.
incredible job. Yep. Sticky toffee pudding is basically like rum cake. Like warm butter rum cake is what it is, so that's a delight.
Yeah.
The wine is interesting. Like, do you think that there's any, like, you walk into that sucker, are they like, yeah, you can pick from this side?
It sounds like they didn't have. It sounds like they didn't even have the Lafite. It sounds like Shane Lowry.
Or do you think
that's a serious?
I couldn't tell as
collector.
you were reading that. I couldn't tell if that was.
It sounded like everything else
or
was
if
probably
Lowry
from their
gave
cellar.
What I couldn't tell is if Lowry gave that to him, had that bottle ready for him after he won. Or if
where
he needed,
did he drink that bottle the night he won?
He
Did
said
he go in the cellar?
I didn't know if he was thanking Lowry for procuring the one the night he won.
So this one I went. Shane Lowry had a bit to do with getting that wine, so I want to shout him out for that too. So I don't know if he either.
I
helped
read it
get
that way, but I don't know.
I mean, either way, they're probably going to have
way.
2 cases of it. I would imagine. How many people are at this dinner?
Every former winner.
Yeah,
it's 20-some people usually,
yeah,
right? Right in there.
You probably have
They're all there.
At least a case.
They all like
2
wine.
cases.
They're going to suck it down pretty quick.
That's the only red.
So, what was the last thing? The dessert wine
the
that he's
Sauterne.
serving? I've
The
never had
Sauterne.
that.
Oh yeah, that's.
How do you spell that?
The Chateau.
Or what is the variety that you'd be looking for?
It's a sweet white wine. It is a dessert
oh,
wine,
okay,
a Sauterne.
Okay.
So it's, let's see, 1989. Let's see how much that is. That's a bottle. I think my guess is this is going to be this might be more than the Lafite. 1980. Now it's about $1,000 a bottle for the 89.
The Lafitte's around there too. 1,200.
1,200. Yeah.
That's a good job out of him.
Yeah, it's really good job out of him. I would say.
Yeah.
Very, very.
That's a very good job. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. We finish up our March Madness brackets over the course of this program. You have that to look forward to, which is very nice. We're off and running. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom. The Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today. Get 50 back in bonus bets. You place that first wager of 10 or more. Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. We continue with our Cleveland Browns Daily March Madness bracket. We are in the West Regional. What is our category today, gentlemen?
Well, before I get to that, we have a trade from Adam Schefter.
Oh. The way you're saying
We've had a
that,
trade on Monday.
Is it fun?
We had a trade on Tuesday.
Is it fun? No, it's
And
not.
we have a trade today.
You sold it like as if
That's
Is it a
right.
fun trade?
Come on,
Oh, yeah,
hook,
it's
line,
so
and
exciting.
sinker, kids.
So exciting.
The
Matthew
Panthers are
Stafford to
trading
the Bucks.
veteran QB Andy Dalton to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2027 seventh-round pick. You know who the backup is in Carolina now?
Yeah, Pickett.
Gabriel's favorite human,
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Yep. There you go. Well, thank God we got that breaking news in, Gibbe. Changes the shape of the NFL.
I'm here for you.
I still am confused.
Get the hamster on the wheels, Zigar. It's been a full day for you, though. You're tired.
Very fatigued.
All right, what's our category here, Gibbe?
Oh, that's
What
a
do we
great
do?
Is
question.
Andy Dalton like at what point does Andy Dalton have one of the longest careers in the league?
He's got to be 20 years in, doesn't he?
I mean, it feels like he's been around for forever.
I mean, he replaced Palmer. He was a second-round pick in the late 2000s. Right?
Yeah,
Like I would say he was drafted like 07, 09, 08, somewhere in there.
that feels right to me.
Looking-
11, actually.
Oh, 11. Oh, he's younger than I thought then.
Yeah, so he was in the second round of the 2011 draft.
So
So he's only been in 15 years.
when did Palmer – who did they have between Palmer and Dalton?
Johnny Kitna, maybe? Or was that before?
No. Kitna was before Palmer. Did Palmer not leave there until 2010?
Carson Palmer's last season with the Bengals, 2010.
Wow. And then he retired rather
Retires
than
and then
playing
ends
there.
up in Oakland and then Arizona for the last 5 years of his career.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing here?
More importantly, gentlemen, it is the March Madness bracket, the top right quadrant, otherwise known as the West.
The West.
The topic and the question: what mascot would win in a fight to the death? The G-Man has put this little stipulation. Quick note: for water versus land fights, assume that the fight takes place in the city in which the game is being played.
Okay.
All right.
So there you go.
All right. Okay.
I got a quick trivia question for you.
Go.
Andy Dalton,
Yep.
Carson Palmer,
Yep.
who has more Pro Bowls between Andy Dalton and Carson Palmer?
Dalton. I think he was a constant, like,
Trick question. Both have 3.
dang it.
Both can be true.
But both have 3. Carson Palmer only a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Who is the guy that we did last week? Oh, it was Stafford. Stafford's only made like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And he was always, I think most people always had him as a top 10 quarterback. And a lot of times top 6. And he just never made it.
Speaking of Pro Bowlers, what's going on with our guy Joel Bitonio?
I don't know.
No idea. All is quiet on the Western Front, and I would like it to remain that way until next week.
You know what's interesting is I thought that the
Selfishly.
Eagles were big on Tanner McKee, who would have been their backup quarterback, but not anymore. Is Tanner McKee available?
He's still there.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Away we go, and we will start with the number 1 seed. What
Arizona
mascot
wins.
would win in a fight to the death? Is it the Arizona Wildcats or the number 16 Long Island Sharks? The game being played in San Diego, California.
First
I
of
would
all-
call it something else from a movie, but we're not allowed. We're on terrestrial radio.
I think you can say that word on terrestrial radio. I'm not going to, but I
I
think
think
you
that's a
can. and
great
I think
idea.
You're fine.
So
It's a toughie here.
You,
We're
went to
the
a-
boys.
you have great education. You're a private school,
Yeah,
well
but-
educated. Just frame this in a manner in which a wildcat beats a shark.
well, first of all, in Long Island, the native shark of the Long Island area and sound is the nurse shark.
Okay.
Which is not a killer in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
It is there actually and has, those little fish that swim under it that are like hanging out. They're called nurse sharks because they're harmless, docile, and very, very nice. This wildcat is fierce.
Fierce.
It has
survive
got
the desert.
It's got claws. It's got
Look at the
fangs.
on that sucker.
Yeah, wildcats. in a mauling of a poor little nurse shark.
And the other real reality here is, and this is, I'm just going off of young Gabriel's own definition.
We're in
of
San
how
Diego.
Takes place in the city.
In the city.
For which the game is played. That shark on pavement ain't going anywhere.
Just one rip across the
Now,
gills. He can't get any oxygen.
He can't get any oxygen. He's cooked.
And by the way, he doesn't function on land.
Yeah.
Now, even if you said the shark, it's going to be a waiting game, right? So what's going to happen here is the wildcat's going to be on land, prancing around, taunting, and he's faster than this nurse shark, who's going to just plop itself up at one desperate attempt because it knows it's a fight to death. I got to try to do something.
I got to go quick.
Gum this wildcat up because it doesn't have sharp teeth. And then the wildcat's just going to rake the gills. Arizona wins.
Okay.
G-Man, makes sense? There you go. Attaboy. To the 8-9 game in the West.
Picture this is. It doesn't say the Long Island Great Whites.
Does not. No.
If it said that, I might.
To be fair, it also doesn't say Long Island nurse sharks.
Well, they
true.
Anybody who's familiar with the Long Island Sound,
of course, the oceanography of Long Island Sound.
Sure.
Yep.
Great.
I like it.
The Villanova Wildcats are number 8, another Wildcat, taking on the number 9 seed Utah State Aggies. What did we come up with? What's the Aggie? Did we ever come up with a thing?
It looks like they have it like a bowl, but that's not what an Aggie is.
Well,
an Aggie's an agriculturalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best we could find is it's a farmer.
Yeah. I mean, that Texas A&M
So
Aggies,
it's a farmer versus a Wildcat.
Now, the one thing I would say is, in this case, but this will not apply when they face a Wildcat in the next round, but perhaps for this round.
Just this one time.
Yeah, because these are Philly Wildcats. These aren't Arizona surviving in the desert,
No, I mean, this
thriving
could be
in
just
harsh
some
conditions.
house cat that got out.
That's what it feels like.
Eating
And it's now
rats.
wild.
Yeah.
Right. This is like they're in
feral.
In
A feral
Philadelphia.
cat.
It's a feral cat is really all it is. Is that I don't notice in the background here.
That's a big cannon.
Yeah, they've got a howitzer.
They do, yeah. Now, my Uncle Kel would fashion himself a farmer, and what he would do with wildcats is shoot them until they are dead.
Kill, kill, kill the wildcat.
Well done, Eddie.
I believe the
them
Hoff did
until
that.
they are dead.
That's a good job out of you.
I mean, they don't even know what they are. Unfortunately, I think we have to go with
Nova?
Yeah.
Next!
All right. The Wisconsin Badgers are number 5. They're taking on the number 12 High Point Panthers in
Sorry,
Portland,
Hoff.
Oregon.
Sorry, Hoff.
Sorry, Hoff. We're going to be in a situation where we're going to have to find some way. I don't know. It feels like High Point's coming out of this region unless there's something. Well, go ahead.
Are you going High Point?
High Point. Yeah, I mean, look at the. Come on. Badgers are formidable, but come on.
They are.
Not like that.
No.
Well,
Not that guy.
I mean, this is a hell of a little thing going on in Portland. Number 4, Arkansas, the Razorbacks taking on the 13th ranked Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
I've been to Hawaii. You've been to Hawaii. Those guys eat those guys.
They do. I put them on a spit
That's right.
and stuff a pineapple in their mouth.
That's right.
And do a hula around them.
That's right.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Didn't bargain for this talk this morning when you put this together, did you, buddy boy?
No.
No, but it's
next.
true. That's what they eat.
They do.
Yeah.
We go.
And those there actually aren't razors on the back. If
No.
there were real razors,
Now we're talking.
now we're talking.
Wow, there's more in Portland. Wow. The Cougars, BYU, number 6. Taking on
just did
number
like the Penn
11, Texas, the Longhorns.
I'm going to go BYU.
I'm going to tell you this right here, right
The
now.
Cougars and the Longhorns.
So it's a cougar, which is, it's a mountain lion is
a
what it
mountain
is. That mountain lion would not attack that guy ever.
Correct.
Not ever would that guy attack that guy. He wouldn't even get near him. Now, he'd take out that guy's offspring in a second. That guy would hunt his offspring.
If he had
He's not
to,
going for
though-
that guy.
If he had to, though, he's just clawing
I just
his
don't know if
undercarriage.
I think that guy would pulverize.
The only way
The weight discrepancy on those two species are massive.
the Cougar can take
Don't you
down the
think he can
Longhorns is if he
stick
gets
and
on
move,
the back.
though? He's coming
and
in,
there's
he's
no way that's
slashing right at his undercarriage and then getting out of the way. Like, what's his
The
offense?
way that they try to kill is they try to snap your neck. They land on you from a top, and then they snap your neck. And they can do it with a human pretty easily. So what I don't know is I don't know how he would get I'm fine going BYU because honestly, bracket integrity I think would hold us better. I just see no scenario where a Cougar would ever mess with a Longhorn ever, other than a baby.
I just don't see
the size is.
I agree. I just don't see
like-
that. It feels like over time the Cougar has a better chance of actually killing the Longhorn than the Longhorn killing the Cougar.
The Longhorns' ability to kill the Cougar would be to kick it in the head. Because the horns, it would throw them on the horns, like it would be able to throw them off the horns. But I'm fine. BYU.
All right, BYU it is. The final game in Portland, Oregon, the number 3 Gonzaga Bulldogs taking on 14th ranked Kennesaw State Owls. Owls v. Bulldogs.
Owls are incredible hunters.
We were talking about that this morning.
Yeah, Bulldogs
Bulldogs
are not hurting anybody.
I don't think there's now. If the Bulldog got a hold of it, he could with his
has a
teeth.
chance.
But I just see no scenario where the Bulldog could ever get it.
I think he's flying and dive bombing them until it could be death
It's
by
annoying.
1,000 cuts.
Yeah,
But I
It's
think
the
the
Owl.
Owl's going to get
K-State.
it done.
Lots of upsets in this one. Number 7 Miami, the Hurricanes taking on 10th ranked Missouri, the Tigers in St. Louis, Missouri.
you just identified your West Region winner. It's a Hurricane. What are you gonna do?
Here's a Cat 5 rolling in.
Now,
Sweep you out.
If you had Sebastian, that silly ibis they run around, then maybe you could talk me into it. But that's a Cat 5. It's Miami.
Which sucks because I think
Miami's winning the region.
The next one probably would have won the region had Miami not been there. And that would be the number 2 seeded Purdue Boilermakers versus the number 15 seed Queens Royals.
So the Queens Royal, it's actually a Pride of Lions is what their thing is. It's like the whole Pride is what they're. And Queens, by the way, it's not New York. It's North Carolina, which I did not know. Yeah.
We're saying that the Boilermakers are a train.
That's right.
How do you kill something that is
Are they
inanimate?
a train? Is a Boilermaker the train, or is the Boilermaker the person who feeds the engine of the train?
That's what I would think. He's making boil.
Now I don't know.
I think it's the guy who feeds.
It's the guy. He's got like
it's
a
the guy
hard
who
head. They
feeds
show him
the engine of the.
Yeah, they
train,
got it. They have a
think.
dude.
Yeah. I still take man over beast.
But if it's a group of lions,
The whole Pride, then you're on to something.
then it's the Ghost in the
It
Darkness.
doesn't matter. Whew, that's a good movie.
Great movie.
And so, like season 1 of 1923, amazing when they're in Africa.
Oh yeah.
How did that show get so bad?
Oh,
I mean,
so
they really
quickly, too.
landed the first
Yeah.
season,
And
so
then it
well.
was-
It's ridiculous. I could go either way. It doesn't matter because Miami's winning the next round.
All right, we'll put Purdue in.
Here's what I would say though. Let's say it is a Pride of Lions. Only one lion has to survive
Yeah,
in the whole Pride.
yeah.
Hurricane's bad. It's bad. Okay.
Lions can
But not
lions
everybody.
climb trees.
Not everybody
They're
dies.
good in the movie.
We already got rid of the lion. Now we're on to Purdue 1.
Purdue won.
Yeah.
I disagree. They're gonna hop on this train and eat that dude. He's just feeling. This guy's got like a shovel that he's shoveling. He's one guy. Shoveling.
Boilermakers.
All right, you want Queens?
All right, we'll go Purdue.
Wait, what do you say?
I don't know. I think we're gonna go the man with the train.
There you go.
Yeah.
To the second round, Wildcats. The Wildcats. Arizona number 1, Villanova number 8.
Arizona. This is a desert cat.
Yeah, we're gonna get Zona one more round at least, and then we're gonna probably run up against it a little bit. Next,
High Point, the 12th-seeded Panthers taking on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
it's Hawaii.
I think so too.
It's Hawaii. Spears, they'd hunt them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple. There's many.
Moana, Maui.
Yeah, it's Rainbow Warriors.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Wildcats, though, we could be dealing with.
Yeah, 1,000 of
Could
them.
be a million Wildcats. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know how. Either way, the furthest Arizona can go is either. They're pretty much done at this point.
BYU, the
Cougars.
Cougars taking on the Kennesaw State Owls.
I think the Cougars can
Cougar,
handle.
one SWAT.
Yeah.
BYU.
And you'll
Miami.
have the Hurricanes knocking out the Boilermakers.
Yeah.
Washing them
You got to be careful. Anytime you do this mascot fight to the death, you got to keep the natural disasters out of it.
Yeah.
Because they're just so formidable. Unless you're trying to crown
Who else is there that's a natural disaster?
Iowa State Cyclones.
The Cyclones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have done this on one of these soft regions.
Well, the hardest region is East. This is a soft region. I mean, Zona should come out of it in real
No,
terms.
stopped. I
This
just
is
meant
a
in terms
ridiculous
of
draw.
natural disasters.
Of the natural disasters. Yeah. All right.
Zona or Hawaii? Wildcats or Rainbow Warriors?
I'm sorry.
Hawaii.
Let's just imagine for a second that
No,
there
let's
are
not
a million
imagine.
Wildcats.
A million?
Let's just imagine.
It's not.
How many Rainbow Warriors? 6?
12. A dozen.
Didn't we have this conversation once?
Yeah, with the silverback.
Yeah.
Silverback,
1,000 dudes.
1,000 men or
Yeah.
100 men versus a silverback.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think the men are getting it done.
What did Hoff come down with? He was silverback, right? I think he said
Yeah, but I think if
silverback.
it was like 100 Hoffs, they're taking out the
No, I think
silverback.
we asked that. I think we phrased it as 100.
Do you know that after I think
he's
we did
being-
phrase
I
it
think
that
he's
way to
being
get
humble. I think he's being humble.
After we had all that conversation, my Instagram, I started getting fed videos of like men trying to squish watermelons,
Yeah.
and then silverbacks kind of just going like and just squish them into mush, like with no
Yeah.
effort. It's like, oh, that's the type of strength we're dealing with.
That's what's going to do to your skull.
So it's
It's
Hawaii and
It's Hawaii. We got to have integrity. I don't know why, but we do. It's the
I
Rainbow
do.
Warriors. I'm sorry, buddy.
So then it's Miami.
And it's- and
This
Miami.
region is effed.
And then it's Miami.
all right.
Now I did this one time before, and Miami got to the Final Four, and I did this with them winning. This is how they got to the Final Four, and they actually got there.
I just don't like that Arizona's not in the Final Four.
I know.
Personally.
I think
We're
Young-
gonna talk
Gabriel
about
picked this-
We're going to talk about the poll next.
If it
and
was
how
where do you
Arizona
wanna
should never
go?
have been in that.
Where do you want to go? Arizona would have been just fine. Branding, just fine. Branding would have been a layup.
Well, in that
In that region, branding is a absolute layup.
yeah, it probably would have
Who
been.
comes close to that? From a basketball brand standpoint, there's
Oh,
nobody.
yeah. No, not from a basketball brand. Gonzaga's got a pretty good basketball brand of the
They
last
do.
25 years, but yeah. All right, there you go.
Gonzaga didn't even get out of the first round
No, they were bounced.
by the Panthers. I think.
Bulldogs versus Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
A lot of people don't even realize Gonzaga.
Or it was an owl, maybe. That was the owl.
Oh, yeah, it was the Owl. A lot of people don't realize Gonzaga is the Bulldogs because they just call themselves Zags.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll do the Midwest a little later. You want to take a break now?
We'll do a quick break, and then we'll just do the CBD fan vote.
All right, CBD fan vote coming up next. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland. The new Rumpke Recycling Resource Center helps feed the circular economy, supplying Ohio companies and others in the Midwest the material they need to put you place in your bins to good use. To learn more about the facility and how you can recycle more, visit rumpke.com today. Time to check in on this week's CBD Fan Vote Bracket and honor the NCAA tournament, selecting the best college basketball program since 2000. So the information in front of me looks very chalk.
Yes.
Except we've had a change in matchup number 4.
Okay.
So I typed this up. I had a meeting to go to, had to get this done. I typed it up at 1:15.
Okay.
Between then and 3 o'clock,
Okay.
a 7% swing.
Oh.
Florida knocks out UNC.
So in other words, I was in a meeting. You're padding the stats for the Gators to knock out your Tar Heels.
I might have retweeted it from my account.
That makes sense.
I'm not surprised.
I retweeted all 4, just so we're clear.
Uh-huh.
But I definitely retweeted that one.
All right.
Florida knocks out UNC 51% to 49%.
Wow. Well, then we did that very well because that's the 4-5.
That's
that was
right.
the only one
That's
that
the
was
best
close.
one we've done of all these so far.
Yeah.
The other one's a bloodbath. UConn takes out Arizona. Arizona should never have been. We did this as a favor to Zeke.
They did better than Villanova, pal.
Okay. They should never have been in.
Better.
We
than
got
the
done
7
with
seed.
this. We got
Better
done
than the 7
picking
seed.
this the other day. Mm-hmm. I think I left Monday angry. I'm like, why did we do this? Why did we not
For
force
Zago.
You thought it should have been
For
Gonzaga?
Zago,
Yeah.
for Zago and Lisbeth, may they rest in peace, Gibbe.
I can't even argue. They're dead people. That he's family.
We love.
It's family.
We love.
And who both were professors at the University of Arizona.
University of Arizona.
Great.
All right.
And
So
that's why I'm
Connecticut.
headed to
And
Tucson
we
next
celebrated the life by UConn scoring 78% of the vote.
week. Not even the biggest win. So
No, that's right. You know who had the biggest win?
That was a very Kenny Powers line read out of you. Not even the biggest win. So that was a very Powers line.
good.
Read out of you.
That's how I feel.
So I don't know.
matchup
Didn't throw it
number
that
2,
hard.
the
Yeah.
Dukies take down Nova, 80% of the vote.
How many times did you vote?
I didn't vote at all.
Okay.
Don't believe it.
So take that, Zona boy. Matchup number
I think
3.
it's an insult.
Number 3, Kansas with
Yep.
63%. This was a little surprise. 63%. Number 6, Kentucky, just 37% of the vote.
Jeez. I mean the 2-3 is nuts because that's
Yeah. So
that's
now
your
the
blue
semifinals.
bloods. Yeah.
Yeah, it's number 1 UConn against number 4 Florida. Or no, I'm sorry, number
5
5
Florida,
Florida. And number 2 Duke versus number 3 Kansas.
Yep. So
They are live right now at
Kansas has 2
Browns_Daily.
national titles. Duke has 2,
3.
3 during that time.
Yeah.
UConn's got 5. Florida's got 3. That's a lot of national titles. And Duke has the most wins during this tenure.
Yep.
So
No, these are pretty good matchups.
yeah, these are good ones. These are good ones. Speaking of the tournament, we'll continue our bracket madness coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. And be part of one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL. Become a season ticket member today. Join the Huntington Bank Field for all home games this year. Visit browns.com/tickets now. Mr. Siciliano set to join in about, 24 minutes from now, something like that. Yeah, that to look forward to, which is very, very nice. Time to complete our March Madness bracket that so far has a Final Four through various criteria of Kansas, Vanderbilt, and Miami. So we could use a little bit of chalk here.
By two of them, maybe Vanderbilt could go on a run.
Yeah,
maybe
the Miami.
We're in big trouble here.
The Miami-Hawaii regional final is not going to age well. I don't believe. I do not believe that will age well.
So far, we have a 4 seed, a 5 seed, and a 7 seed.
Yep.
Where is the West Regional at? Since if that were Miami on the far East Coast,
San Jose,
Hawaii,
San Jose.
Perfect.
Yep. San Jose. The East is in D.C., and then the South is in Houston. The Midwest is in Chicago.
All right.
Yep.
This final bracket, the topic, which city has the best food scene / vacation spot?
Oh, God. So where would we want to go for a weekend, essentially?
That's right.
That's what we're looking for here? Okay.
Yep. Flying out of
Hawaii
another
probably would have been
airport,
pretty solid on the other one as long as it's not raining.
Yeah. This is the one Zona would have had a nice time in.
Zona would have been just fine.
Yep.
Number 1 seed Michigan taking on number 16 seed Howard. Michigan in Ann Arbor. Howard in
You
Washington,
should have
D.C.
just swapped them. You should have had the Mascot fight to the death here and then have the place to live.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, Michigan's done. Howard's in D.C. I'm sorry, Ann Arbor. Katzinger's Deli. D.C. is one of the great food cities on the planet. It's a great town. It's fun. You've lived there. You spent a summer there. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Young Gabriel, part of this is
Do
scouting the
we
brackets
have the
out.
graphic support
Part
of
of
this
this is-
bracket or
so
no?
part of
No, we do not.
This bracket does not have the graphic support? Okay.
Part of it is,
It's Howard. It is.
I'm just saying, part of this is doing
I
a little
know.
scouting so we can at least get some people down the road.
It's Howard. I'm sorry.
Gosh, I wish UMBC had won.
Yeah. Then you could try to
You
argue.
could argue it.
Sort
I
of.
will say this. Let me just throw one thing out there.
There's no way.
I know I'm not going to convince you, but let me
Here
just
we
kinda throw it out there. In the summer,
Sure.
we go up to Miss Kay's family's lake cottage,
Yep.
which is on a lake 15 minutes, a stone's throw
Oh, sure.
from Ann Arbor. And let me tell you something, it's a delight.
It's a delight. I've seen you out there on the boat.
Yeah, it's a real delight.
It's a real good time.
For 4 months out of the year, it's probably beautiful. It's a fantastic place to be.
It's just
But
not
then when
easy.
I
The other
worked
8
on the
months
hill
suck.
in D.C., when I worked on the hill, you could also just hop in a V12 Mercedes-Benz of Fortney Pete Stark and head on out to the Chesapeake
Sure you could.
and be
This
on the
is-
Chesapeake Bay with an infinity pool teaching his son how to swim
Yep.
and
It's
meeting
D.C. D.C.'s a great town.
an au pair,
DC's
which was a
Jeez.
great summer.
I bet it was.
Really terrific.
Yep.
Well, Howard's going to get the winner of Athens, Georgia, and the Georgia Bulldogs.
I mean,
or
our brain
the
is in
St.
our
Louis
breast. It's
Billikens.
farcical.
I'm going with St. Louis.
You got the Arch, you got the Cardinals, you got Ted Drew's, the frozen custard,
God,
the
I can
concrete.
take you around St. Louis. for
Better
a
than
weekend.
Athens? Athens, Georgia, pretty great town. It's a good town.
It's a town.
I don't know if it's better than
It is a
St.
town.
Louis. That little Italy and
Laurinaitis
St. Louis
was not a
is-
big fan of the St. Louis operation. Like, he liked the city, he liked the suburbs.
I'm sure the suburbs are very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's what you get, like the whole
All right,
thing.
fine.
Listen,
River
last
called
time I was in
Fast.
Athens, they took my wife's appendix and never gave it back.
You gotta give me. I gotta find it. I gotta find some sort of loophole to getting Howard out of this thing.
And get Ann Arbor back in?
Well, there's no way to do that. Jeez, it's right on.
Well, the G-Man says he'd rather be in Ann Arbor.
He would. So he's a Michigan fan and a Steelers fan
Ba, ba.
and a Pens fan. Good Lord, G-Man.
So it's St. Louis and Howard.
teasing.
I can't wait to watch that in Buffalo
Oh my
this
gosh.
weekend.
So Howard's like.
By the way, if
It's
this were to
Northwest
happen, it'd be
and
the greatest night tomorrow night for me in Buffalo.
I'm trying. Oh my gosh, it's Okay. All right. I'm going to try to come up with some argument to get Howard somehow out of this thing,
Good
but
luck.
it's not going to be easy.
Next up,
Jeez.
The Texas Tech Red Raiders, number 5 out of Lubbock, Texas, taking on the number 12 seeded Akron Zips. It's LeBron's home.
Diamond Grill, baby.
It's the home of the Galley Boy, Swenson's, baby.
Swenson's, Diamond Grill, Ken Stewart's.
Ken Stewart's.
All of those are winners for Akron.
I don't know anything about Lubbock.
You've seen Landman.
Well, I kind of liked it.
Patch Cafe. He
Patch
says.
Cafe.
Seems pretty
Listen,
wild.
they look like they were having a pretty good time down there in Texas.
I don't know. I mean, we live here, so that's,
At least you got more sun
There's
in Lubbock
more to do, and I think there's more to do in Akron.
I got a feeling that
than
you're
Lubbock,
right on
Texas.
Yes, 100%. You're close to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You're close to the Rock Hall of Fame. You've got
Let me look up Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock is an outpost, brother. It is way out there. West Texas, way out there. Like, that's Friday Night Lights type stuff.
Population of 257,000. That's it.
Yeah, it's small.
It's northwest. It's north in the rectangle part. The nickname is Hub City from being the economic, educational, and healthcare hub of the multi-county region located in the north of the Permian Basin and south of the Texas Panhandle.
Boy, we're going with Akron
South
the more you
Plains.
It's Akron.
talk.
It's Akron. This is a mess. This is going to be a real mess. By the way, I think Akron will beat Texas Tech. Texas Tech's without their best players, so I think Akron will beat them anyway.
I agree.
So that one I think will age fine.
Next, the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, taking on the 13th-seeded Hofstra Pride out of Hempstead, New York.
Rick Smits? I know he was Marist.
Nassau County, the G-Man says.
So Long Island.
Long
for Hofstra.
Island.
Long Island versus Tuscaloosa.
You're gonna
I've
go
had
Long
myself quite a time in Tuscaloosa. Bush Lights.
Alabama,
Camo Busch
I
Lights.
like the South.
Well,
Is it Tuscaloosa? Okay, I'm just going to ask you one question. Depending on your answer to this question, how would you compare Tuscaloosa and Birmingham?
oh, you'd rather be in Birmingham than Tuscaloosa.
Then
Yes.
we're going to Hofstra.
Hofstra?
Hofstra it is.
Sure.
All right.
This bracket's gone to hell already anyway.
I mean, I blame the G-Man. I love him to death, but
I
there
do
should have been
too.
some advanced scouting.
Yes.
Yep.
I like this. I like this.
All right,
You're
we're
like
just-
chaos.
We're going to Knoxville. We don't know who they're playing.
Knoxville.
We're going to Knoxville. Knoxville's a fine town.
I mean, Oxford, Ohio, or Dallas, Texas.
Never been to Oxford.
I've been to
Knoxville's
Oxford.
a great town.
Have you been to Oxford?
No, Miss Kay has. They loves it.
Yeah.
But Knoxville's a great city.
Dallas
We're
is a
going
great town
Knoxville.
too.
I'm
But
going Knoxville.
I like Knoxville a lot. I'm down with Knoxville.
Yeah. We can't say for sure it's Dallas. Knoxville, given the uncertainty surrounding this.
All right.
Virginia, the 3 seed, taking on the Wright State Raiders, 14th. Charlottesville, Virginia versus Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, Charlottesville's beautiful.
The home of Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews Band and Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Monticello.
Teej.
Yep. UVA.
Virginia, I'll wait. Next, Kentucky, Lexington. Beautiful this time of year. Taking on the 10th seeded Santa Clara Broncos. Santa Clara, California, or Lexington, Kentucky.
I think you want to live in Santa Clara.
You want to live there, but I think you'd rather visit Lexington because you're going to get horse racing and bourbon.
Bourbon.
Depending on the time of the year. Bourbon's a nice
You're
draw.
going to get horse racing and bourbon.
Valhalla?
You're going to do well,
Or
that's
is that
Louisville,
Louisville?
but you can do Bourbon Trail and you could do it around Keeneland. So now you get horse racing and bourbon.
I mean, in Santa Clara, you got Napa. You've got
Right, but
You've got everything.
can you stay in Santa Clara and do wine country? Like
Yes.
how far is that?
because I did it. Yes.
You
An
stayed
hour.
in Santa Clara?
Yeah,
And
that's
did
where
that?
our hotel was.
Oh my god.
We played the Niners on Monday Night Football.
Oh, I'm aware.
And I went in there and went out, did a show for my hotel. That was the original trial of Pedro, I believe, happened while I was in Santa Clara, in my hotel room in Santa Clara.
This region is cooked. I think Santa Clara can get them, but Kentucky has.
You want to go with Kentucky? Right. That's fine.
What do you want to do?
Well, I think I can. This at least is one I can talk myself into Kentucky. Like
Okay.
it's reasonable to say if you had one weekend
It's beautiful
in
country.
Santa Clara or
Yeah,
Lexington, like wine country, you could do bourbon and you
Sure.
could do the horses.
it's fine.
There's a possibility.
It's fine.
All right, so we're doing Kentucky?
Yeah.
All right. Next, this doesn't bode
my
well
God.
for us.
Where the hell's Tennessee State? Doesn't matter.
Tennessee State's in Nashville.
Okay.
So it's Nashville versus Iowa State in Ames, Iowa.
Yeah, Tennessee State.
I can tell you. Been to Iowa.
No one's going to want to go to Iowa. No one's going to Ames, Iowa for anything.
I love this. You guys are defeated by this. This is great.
Well, I mean, you're going to get everyone wrong.
Which is fine. I mean,
Which
we're
is
not,
fine.
We're
We're
not doing this to
competing.
try to get it right.
That's true.
We're not trying to get it
We
right.
can go through our regular brackets tomorrow.
All right, go ahead. Well,
Second
it'll already be
round
over. I
action.
mean, we get first round. Some of it'll be completed by tomorrow. If we run our 1 o'clock time slot, Gibbe.
Well, yeah, but your bracket will be done. You can talk. We can
Oh,
talk
yeah, you can
about
do it
what
before,
we
yeah. All right, go ahead.
decided to do.
I mean, Howard's going to win again.
Howard's in
It's DC.
DC or St. Louis?
It's DC.
I mean, this is
It's not going well.
no. This is outrageous.
Can I interest you in Akron, Ohio, or
Long Island.
Long Island?
I'm going to Long Island. I'm playing Friar's Head.
There's a lot of great courses out in Long Island. It's Hofstra.
I mean, we have the 16.
I
the
did
13.
feel this in the one time that I spent 1 weekend in the Hamptons for a buddy of mine's bachelor party. His parents had a place in
Had a great weekend in the
Southampton.
Hamptons. Best beer pong I've ever played in my life was a weekend in the Hamptons.
Yeah, but one thing I thought about it was like, really the only thing it's got going for it is the proximity to New York. Like the beaches are terrible.
Yeah.
The water's cold.
Yeah.
Like, it's just because it's close.
It's much more of like you get big houses with pools.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hofstra it is.
All right, so the bottom ones here,
Oh, this is what's going to have to save us.
yeah, Knoxville or Charlottesville.
I think I'd be partial to Knoxville.
They're both very. Knoxville's bigger. Charlottesville's got a really cool. I want to say it's called like Primland Resort. That's in Charlottesville.
Some good seafood.
Great
That's
wine,
a
too,
good little food
Charlottesville.
scene in Charlottesville.
I would rather go to Charlottesville, but I think Knoxville's a great town too. So I'll let you guys be the tiebreaker. My vote would be Charlottesville. Would be my preferred. Like if I was picking one of the two, I would do Charlottesville.
Gibbe?
What do you got, Z?
I've only spent time in Knoxville, and I had one in college, one awesome weekend in Knoxville.
It's a really fun town.
Fun town. It's
So
pretty.
Here's the problem. We are more than capable of hanging with the Ute, but is it too much of a college town right now for us to go there and
Knoxville?
yeah,
It's bigger.
and go live?
It's a bigger town.
It's a bigger town for sure than Charlottesville.
Rocky Top.
Yeah. Like on a football weekend, it'd be pretty
I
undefeated.
think I would lean Knoxville.
Knoxville it is.
Knoxville it is.
Tennessee.
That'll make some luminaries happy to hear.
Yep.
All right, that leaves us with Lexington, Kentucky, or Nashville, Tennessee. By the way, they're within 2 hours of each other, basically.
Yeah, they're pretty close. It's just
Here's the thing. We already have Vanderbilt. Nashville's represented in the Final Four already.
how was that? What was that for? How did we end up? Oh, where do you want a kid to go to school?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Or where would we want to go to school?
Yeah.
Something like
Best
that.
campus in student life. Where would you want to go?
Well, and again, I can sell Lexington. I can get you,
You can
a
sell.
golf, horse racing, bourbon
Bourbon.
trail weekend in Lexington that would be a winner.
Yeah.
So
and
Kentucky.
Top Chef, they have a Top Chef winner in Lexington as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
So we
interesting.
said cuisine. That was part of it.
All
Boy,
right,
Howard,
so our
just a
Elite
little engine
Eight.
that could from the play-in game. Gosh,
Yeah,
UMBC, why couldn't you just win?
If it's UMBC, we're not in this.
We're not
predicament.
in this. No, Michigan is. I think Michigan could be rolling. Michigan, you could make the case for Ann Arbor over St. Louis.
Yeah, you could.
Yes.
You definitely could. You easily
Why
could.
don't we just pretend that Howard
That
lost?
we did this yesterday?
Yeah,
We said we couldn't consider these two?
yeah.
Howard to the Elite Eight.
Howard.
Great.
And I think it's Lexington over Knoxville. More to do for people our age.
Okay.
Agreed.
And
That
I really,
leaves
you've
DC
spun a great yarn about
And Lexington.
Kentucky. So
yeah, I
we're
mean,
in.
wouldn't we have a ball?
Wouldn't we? You would. Boy, would we.
Just get one of those vans to drive us around, go from one distillery to the next,
Get some people who know
play the
about
ponies.
hats.
Oh, for sure. Kentucky it is?
UK to the Final Four.
Good grief. All right, how are we doing this, the Final Four?
Young Gabriel.
How do we want to determine this?
How would you guys like to determine it?
Well, if we just went on brains,
Do you want
I
to
think you're-
factor all four things in?
Just make it a Kansas-Kentucky final.
That's probably where, yeah. You factor, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could factor. I guess you could, I don't even remember all the criteria.
So
the
it's
first one was
branding,
brand.
Branding, best
Okay.
campus.
Rank them 1 through 4 branding. I would go.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. What's next?
Okay. And then add up all their total points.
And whichever one's lowest are the top 2. What's the other one?
Where you would want your kid to go to school.
Okay. Okay. And then the other one was
Mascot
fight to the
fight
death.
Commodore Wildcat Hurricane. Oh my God.
So, what's Howard? Howard or the Bison?
No, Howard's out.
Oh, Howard's
They're
out. I'm
gone.
sorry.
And then the last one was for the weekend. Where would you want to spend a weekend?
Oh, man,
geez,
dude.
that's a
It's
real problem.
That's a problem.
This is going to be a real problem.
So you have Kansas,
All right,
Vanderbilt.
I have one. Oh, man. I have 12 points for Kansas.
I've got
I have 9
11.
points for Vandy. I have 9 points for Miami. And I have 10 points for Kentucky.
We're going to just go Kansas and Kentucky.
That's what we're going to do. Miami was looking bad early and then came on strong with Mascot.
Well,
and,
the Mascot and then the
And then where do you want to visit?
Where do you want to visit for a weekend?
Miami.
Miami's one of the great places that you can spend 2 nights in this country.
That's right.
Probably should only spend 2 nights.
Also
And then you
true.
should get out.
Fine. It's not as bad as New Orleans or
No.
Vegas.
Or
Like
Vegas.
those 2 are 2, and you got to get the hell out.
That's right.
It's not like that, but it can be. And then should we just go Kansas because Darren Peterson's an Ohioan for our champ?
Sure.
Sure, as long as he plays.
Did you see the story that was done on him? Kansas City Star and The Athletic. He actually was incredibly candid about what happened to him and his
No,
health.
I did not.
Basically, it's hard. There's still some stuff I don't understand, but basically what he was having is what he described as full body cramps that he would have in games, to the point where they took him to a hospital.
Sounds terrible, by the way.
Yes, took him to a hospital at KU and hooked him up to. He had some IVs and all this stuff, but in reading the stories about it, it seems that either his nutrition or hydration was just all out of whack. Because for the last month, he's been playing 30-plus minutes all the time. He hasn't done this since Oklahoma State. Was the last time, like he said, I got to get out, was that. So they feel like they got it kind of fixed. And at senior day, when we were down there, Bill Self, they went through all the seniors, and everybody stayed and all of that. And then he started to talk about all of the kids who were left on the roster. And the first kid he talked about was Peterson. And he said something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, now that we have him healthy and right, you see what he's capable of. He's the type of kid who can put a team on his back for 3 weeks. And he said it in front of a packed house at Fogg. So now he didn't play that great in the Big 12 tournament. He didn't shoot it that well. He's still incredible, but I thought it was interesting, and it was kind of a little bit of a lesson for the kids out there. I think there was a real failure at KU, whether it was his camp, Kansas, the messaging was just really poor.
Around all that, yes.
Around all of it. And I think that they should have just said it. Like they had an open locker room at the Big 12 tournament, and that's when he talked about all this stuff. And I think like if they had just
get out in front of it.
Get in front of all of it. Like don't let people create their own narratives around it.
How many times does that happen?
Yeah.
I think we could get lucky here because with Duke's injuries, we could get lucky. I could see Kansas coming out of that bracket. We could get
It's
lucky.
just that whole bracket is murderer's row.
It is. And that one honestly is that's a believable bracket. And I think our South region is relatively believable. I mean, Vanderbilt did just beat Florida last weekend.
Correct.
And to play Carolina in a regional final, like that's very doable.
Yeah.
The other two are a mess.
Mess.
Utter abject mess. All right, Siciliano coming up next.
He is.
All right, very good. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland.
Welcome back to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. It's time now to head out to the Twisted Tea hotline, presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, an official sponsor of the Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. He is the play-by-play voice of your Cleveland Browns. He is a 2025 WAER Hall of Fame inductee at the Syracuse University. That's right, he is an orange jacket. He hosted NBC's Gold Zone for the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. He is Andrew Siciliano, also hosts podcasts on Yahoo, and he joins us now. Yes. What's up, dude?
It's just me. I'm flattered. How are you? I don't need that kind of introduction.
Listen, I'm like Ron Burgundy. I read what's in the prompter. That's what's in the prompter.
I didn't know you spoke Spanish.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you very much. Bueno.
Bueno. Any meteors there today?
No meteors today. What do you think of that? In California, you're used to things happening like, earthquakes or a rumble tumble here. But here, people are freaking out over this meteor.
The thing was loud.
Very loud. I didn't hear it, though. I was at the store with young Luca, didn't hear it, and then all of a sudden, all these different group chats I'm on were like blowing up, and people are going nuts. It sounds like it could have been a really bad scenario had the atmosphere not done what it does and break it up.
I mean this. I'm not joking. Are people walking around looking for pieces of
Yes.
the meteor?
Yes.
Because that's got to have some value.
Yes. Yes. We are told that has great value. But what you're seeing now is people this is a capitalistic society. You're seeing people try to pawn off regular rocks as being the meteors.
What about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot was here, and that I was into. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
So I believe in a lot of things. I don't know that I believe in a Bigfoot. And I also, like, if there were some kind of ancient cryptozoology kind of creature that has somehow survived, the idea that it would be, roaming around Northeast Ohio as opposed to, the Yukon
Fair.
seems a bit comical.
Okay, let me ask you this. As somebody who has hiked some of the great peaks of our world, of the globe, you are familiar, obviously, in the Himalayas, in Tibet.
I've never been to the Himalayas.
But you're familiar with them.
Sure.
Don't you think that you're into, like, hiking and peak culture, and I'm sure there are, like, legends and there's lore around many of the great peaks, Machu Picchu, and things of that nature, things of that ilk. In the Himalayas, there is a strong belief in the Yeti. The abominable snowman, as he is known.
Absolutely.
Do you believe in the abominable snowman?
I don't necessarily. I believe in a lot of stuff, like I said. I do not believe in the Yeti, the Bigfoot, the abominable snowman, or anything like that. I also have an issue, and this does come from hiking, although not really. When you guys said before that a longhorn would take out a cougar, I disagree. A cougar could.
I was on the side of cougar. I thought he was just going to slash his underbelly, and then he'd bleed out.
A cougar could absolutely sneak up. Look, I go hiking all the time, early morning, or even late at night.
Yeah.
Or you head for a peak, an alpine start like at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I guarantee you, I have been scoped, scouted, snuck up upon by a cougar many, many, many times. If they want to sneak attack and get you, they will get you. Is the longhorn bigger? Absolutely. If the longhorn sees it coming, could it possibly defend itself? Yes. If the cougar gets there first, could it deliver a blow or two to get the longhorn to the ground? 1,000%.
I agree with that. I agree. So are you nervous? I don't want all of a sudden
you
be like
safe.
Siciliano got taken by a cougar.
Alpine start on a glacier, you're not going to see a cougar. I'm okay.
Okay.
If you're below the tree line, alpine start, it depends the kind of mountain you're on. Generally, you travel in groups. You're okay. Yeah, you're fine. I've run into bears countless times.
I saw a bear once when I was running in Lake Tahoe, and it freaked me out, and I've never run faster.
Yeah, like a California black bear, I got I don't want to say no concerns, famous last words.
I think it was a brown
Generally
bear. That's
speaking,
what I'm calling it.
You're okay. Black bear, brown bear, the ones you see out west, generally okay. I have seen grizzlies, thankfully, at a massive distance.
Yeah.
In Montana at Glacier, those things, yes, you are in legitimate danger.
Wow. Well, I agree with you on this. I think this cougar could be. I think it would take it down. I just think it's gonna. It could be death by 1,000 cuts, but it's gonna get a couple scrapes in, and then we're gonna start bleeding out this.
It's gonna be able to take it to the ground.
Yeah.
And once it's to the ground,
then
it
it's
has
over.
the advantage.
Then it's over.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right. Did you listen to any of our bracket stuff?
So I listened to that part of it, but honestly the Masters menu is more interesting.
Okay, let's talk about that. So you have beef with it. I think it's a pretty darn good menu.
I think it's a good menu too, but you don't need the goat cheese on the bacon wrap dates.
That's how Mum makes it. That's how it's Mum's recipe.
Oh my God. If you, I know people say, well, you need a little bit of sweetness, right? It's bacon, it's the date, it's the almond, there's all that salt. But if you were to maybe put some of that hot honey that you have on the
flatbread,
the flatbread, you put that on the bacon wrap date, that would give it some sweetness. Or if it's some bacon that has some sweetness in the way it was cured, that would add a little bit of sweetness as well. You don't need the goat cheese. If you put the goat cheese on the bacon wrap date, the only thing you taste is goat cheese.
I'm not eating that, to be in full disclosure, because of the goat cheese, but I'm still going to be happy. I feel like when you give me 4 options there, if one of them is not a hit for me, I'm still okay. I'm going to eat the shrimp.
Like if it's a crumble on top, that's one thing. I'll just brush it off.
The flatbread's going to be nice.
Inside,
yeah.
No.
And then
the elk sliders, you don't
great.
need aioli. The onion jam
right.
is the extra flavor, is the accoutrement to the elk slider, which is admittedly a bit gamey.
Aioli
so maybe
on the
you're trying
side.
to cancel that out with the aioli.
No,
you
on the
don't
side.
need mayonnaise on elk.
You don't need mayonnaise on anything. You don't need mayonnaise on anything.
You don't
mayonnaise
need
should
it.
go away from the world.
And the rock shrimp tempura, it's a classic recipe. Nobu does it very much like that.
Yes.
The creamy, spicy sauce. You can
That's going to
make
be a mayo-based
with
sauce, no doubt.
some sriracha,
Yep.
right? Some peanut oil. There are other ways to get a good spicy sauce there.
I like to do a little sriracha
without mayonnaise.
I like to create my own kind of sriracha soy vinaigrette. So I'll do a little sriracha, a little soy, and then a little rice vinegar, and then you whisk it. Oh man, that is a delight.
The rest of the menu I love.
Yeah. And I think what he did really well though is understanding that the openers they skewed fairly heavy, I thought, because it's still a fried shrimp in elk slider. You've got the goat cheese with bacon in the date, and then you've got a flatbread, which is cheese, so still some heaviness to it. To then go to the yellowtail, carpaccio or crudo was very
Although
smart.
It's got
light.
The foie gras.
It's just listen. This is coming from one of the finest establishments in the world. This is going to be.
I love. We're gonna copy the appetizer from Le Bernardin.
It's amazing, right? That's a pretty
Not
good
Shake
pull.
Shack.
No. This is and then he's going with the 1990 Lafitte. I mean, this is he's not messing around here. I'd like to go to this meal. This is a meal I would like to be invited to.
Yeah, I would, regardless of what's on the menu, if I could go to the Masters Champions dinner, yes, I would gladly go to that dinner.
Oh man,
I don't care what's on the menu.
That would be an elite one. All right, what do you make of things going on in the National Football League? Just kind of, I'll leave it open ended to you, so you can pick and choose what you want to talk about. Podcasts, not podcasts, trades, not trades, whatever.
No, I mean, honestly, a couple of things. Number one, the Max Crosby thing with the way he described the interaction looked awful.
Yep.
I said it last week. Not going to replay all of last week's conversation, but I did say multiple times.
I think you're coming around, though. I think you're coming around now.
I said multiple times it looked shady.
Yes.
All I was saying was at least, because it was brand new at that point, give people the benefit of the doubt that there can be, because I know of many instances with NFL players where in-person physical examinations revealed legitimate concerns.
Sure.
So to say that an in-person examination was worthless, I would press back against that. If that's the case, then we'll all be doing telemedicine the rest of our life, and we never have any need to actually go see a doctor. That said, I said at the time the whole thing sounded fishy.
Yeah.
It sounds even
worse.
Fishier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It sounds fishy. And the airport thing I would quibble with. I'm with you. They probably could have flown in private. I'm going to assume there's a little bit of miscommunication here. I'm going to assume they had a driver pick him up. The idea that he personally drove or that they took
I think they had a driver,
yeah.
but it's
I'm sure they had a driver pick him up. There are the only direct flight, if you do fly commercial, from Vegas to BWI is on Southwest. Just so people know. So if you want a non-Southwest direct flight for Max Crosby,
Dulles.
it would have had to have been to Dulles or to Reagan. So there's going to be a minimum hour-long drive. But I wish they flew in private. That would speak to we're excited. The entire thing does not sound like they were excited.
Which is, again, this is the most, as we said, I mean, this is the most pricey, expensive, in terms of capital you spent,
Correct.
acquisition in the history of the Baltimore Ravens.
Correct.
In the history. So you would think this would be a very purple carpet situation.
You would think.
Yes, and did not appear to
You
be
would
that.
think.
All right, what do you make of?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll say on air what I texted you guys. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
And this is a true pull back the curtain. If you really want to know if they had planned to pull the plug on the deal, is find out, did their social media team film him getting out of the car in front of the building?
What's wild about that is you would
Was the social media team out there filming him? And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every team does that.
And number one, they should have been doing that. Number two, that's something that could have been put up in real time too. That was Max Crosby's arrived at the building. You know what I mean?
I don't doubt that they. Nah. I don't know about that. I'd push back against that. Like whether it's usually the football side of the building says don't put something out yet. But regardless, if the cameras were there, to me that says everything.
I also
You know
think
what I'm saying?
if the cameras, yes, I also think if the cameras were there and this was done under genuine auspices, because the cameras have to be there, right? That's not making it down to, if you think about for example, in our building, if there was some master plan that this was not going to happen and you're still going to have it be shot, that's not making it down to our
Correct.
department. So they're going to be there. To me, the bigger tell is that Eric
what if they
Acosta
weren't
was
there?
not there. If they weren't there, then
What if they weren't?
it's 100%.
That says everything. That's my point.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
That's like
if they weren't
irrefutable.
There, there's your smoking.
Yeah, that's irrefutable. I think the Costa and the head coach, remember, this is a defensive head coach in his first head coaching job. This is going to be the crown jewel acquisition of his tenure. The fact that he's not there, like if that happened here, I was saying Todd, AB, and I bet JW would have been down there and hugged him as he walked in the building.
We saw videos last week of JW downstairs.
Yes.
When guys walked in by the cafeteria.
Yes.
You also saw, to be fair, Elton Jenkins upstairs outside AB's office, right, joking about his physical. Remember that?
Yes.
Like how long that physical took. Now, this isn't in any way changing, questioning Max Crosby's story.
Yep.
A lot of teams, and I think we're the same way, do their physical off-site.
Some
right?
do
like
that.
I
Yep.
would have to assume, correct me if I'm wrong, that the guys the Browns acquired within the last 10 days did their physicals off-site at perhaps a UH facility.
That
right?
is, I would believe that would be typically
Okay.
correct, yes.
So are we expecting now, and by the way, again, for the record, I think the whole thing stinks. My follow-up to Max would be, were you off-site for how long? Was it truly 5 hours in the building? Maybe the Ravens have their medical facility in their building. I don't know. I've been there, but I haven't gotten a grand tour of their entire medical facility. Like, those are my follow-ups, but we all agree after listening to him very clearly lay out the day, it stinks.
Yes, agreed, fully. All right, let's talk about a trade that did appear to be happening. Jalen Waddle to the Denver Broncos for pretty significant compensation. What'd you think?
I think a 1 and a 3. So I know a lot of Eagles fans initially, their first reaction was, oh, that means we're getting 2 1s. If they're getting a 1 and a 3, oh my God, they overpaid. I'm like, Jalen Waddle is younger than A.J. Brown. It's only like a year and a half, 2 years, but he is younger. He makes less than A.J. Brown in terms of the guaranteed paper that is still left on the deal. That is significant. So I think the Denver Broncos were willing to give up a little bit more than what somebody would give the Eagles for A.J. Brown. Eagle fans view this as a huge win for them because they think they're going to break the bank. I don't know that they are. Jalen Waddle has never, passive-aggressively tweeted about his quarterback.
Yep.
Could have. Things didn't always go well
there.
Now, granted, Tua's his boy from Alabama, but he has always been the good teammate. Now, calling A.J. Brown A.J. Brown a bad teammate. But you see where I'm going with this?
Yes. Yeah,
I think it's a good deal for the Broncos. Like, what are you going to take at 30? Don't get me wrong. I'd kill for the 30th pick, an extra pick right now for the Browns. We'll gladly take 24.
Sure.
But, is 30 that exciting? And the Broncos people will argue that, yeah, it's a 1 and a 3, but really it's a 2 and a 4 because this is just them trying to justify it. Because we're picking at the bottom of the round.
Sure. It's still a 1.
Yeah, of course it's a 1.
When you
I think it's a good trade for them.
We went through this, Bo and I went through this, and I think that there are 13 to maybe even 16 teams, Denver obviously being one of them, and when you see a move like that, you know that to be true, but that truly believe they can win in their buildings. They believe that they can win the Super Bowl. That they're like, if things go right, they are a team that can certainly win the Super Bowl.
If Bo Nix were healthy last year, they would have been in the Super Bowl.
100%. I think that is a 100% lock. I agree with that assessment completely. How do you see kind of when you've got that many teams in the league, and we went through it, there really are probably only a handful of teams that right now realistically don't think that they can make the playoffs. Now, Miami is definitely going to be one of them.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how for Malik Willis this is a good situation for him.
Dude, I said this. Didn't you and I talk about this in Indy?
We talked about it in Indy and in text.
I said this on the air in multiple forms in Indianapolis. Like, I really like Malik Willis. I am happy for him. He has had quite a journey.
Yep.
From a guy that started at an SEC school that ended up at Liberty, that people thought was going to be a first-round pick that fell to the third round, that was awful and had a lot to learn at Tennessee, and a lot of people labeled him a bust. He got traded to Green Bay for like a six-pack of spotted cow, and then he eventually gets on the field and he makes some plays, and now he gets paid. Like, I'm happy for him. And I get why he wanted to go with the coaching to GM with whom he has familiarity. Like, that makes all the sense in the world. Like, get paid, get your bag. In Florida where there's no state tax, all of that.
Sure.
But, like, everybody knew this was going to be a teardown. A teardown. So part of me kind of wants to go back to the Dolphins and say, why did you want to guarantee him this money? Like, did you sell him a bill of goods?
2 minutes.
Him.
Yep. I mean, realistically, obviously, you got to think they're drafting receivers early, right? They pick 11. Is that, I think, off the top of my head, that's around right or around that range?
Yes, 11. Correct.
Yeah, and then 30. I mean, they might draft 2 receivers.
Yes.
I would think so. Think so.
Look, it's a teardown. We know it's a teardown.
Totally.
I hope it works for Malik Willis. But, wouldn't you rather be happier? I don't know did Arizona make an offer? I don't know.
We don't know.
But wouldn't you rather be happier with Wilson, Harrison, McBride,
of course,
and Mike LaFleur and no state taxes in Arizona?
Of course.
Yes.
I would. Yes. I think it's a tough situation because you're a guy who started 6 games. Like, the jury on you is very much still out, and now you're in a tough spot. Real quick, because we're up against it, but do you think, I said on the show, if I'm Devon Achane, I'm saying get me out of here. Do you think he's going to be traded? And I think there are a lot of great landing spots for him.
I know Schefter this morning said that people that have called the Dolphins
1 minute.
they're not trading him. Yeah, I'd love to have him.
Yeah, I think every team,
who wouldn't love to have
pretty much, every team in the league would love to have him.
Every team
All right,
would love to have him.
Stay warm out there. We hit 16 degrees this morning, Siciliano. I don't know if you were. I'm sure you were doing better than that. I'd say the worst case scenario for you is the inverse of that 61 degrees. So hopefully you're doing well, thriving. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Stay away from the meteors, my friend.
Yes, you listen. Yay, everybody, natural disasters. Stay away from all of them here. All right, for the great Bo Bishop, for Andrew Siciliano, for Gibbe, for Dr. J, for young Gabriel. I'm Nathan Segura saying thanks for listening to Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland.